March means one thing here on our show. HERstory in motion. Woo, woo, woo. Yes, our annual Women's History Month celebration highlighting influential women who shape politics, culture, entertainment, and history. Yes, because progress doesn't just happen. It happens when people challenge the system, speak up, and refuse to accept the limits placed on them. So here we go with our spotlights. Here is spotlight number one, politics. And this person is Barbara Jordan. Barbara Jordan made history as the first Black woman elected to the Texas Senate and later became the first Southern Black woman elected to the United States House of Representatives. But many Americans remember her powerful movement during the Watergate hearings in 1974, when her speech about the Constitution became one of the most memorable moments in congressional history. Her voice, clarity, and leadership made her one of the most respected political figures of her time. So here's the question. What makes a leader's voice powerful enough to shape a national conversation? Before I jump into the answer, I want to elaborate, talk about Damian. For instance, y'all see how I miss him. But I want to mention how he likes to cut me off, most of the time of what I say. And, he likes to jump in and say, oh, I mean, because you have Damian, blah, 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 blah. That right there says a lot. Now, he's not doing it on purpose. He's not trying to, be disrespectful. He's actually helping me. He's actually trying to lift me up and saying, trying to be confident, trying to, get out there and speak my mind and say what I have to say. So basically, he's not trying to do nothing, to hurt me or trying to be disrespectful. He's just trying to help me out because this is my first time doing a talk show. And in the beginning, I was very scared, but he actually came to me, gave me some good advice. He really helped me along the way. And see where I am right now, it's all because of him. Like, I would have not been here today if it wasn't for Damian. So for Damian, thank you. I know you're not a woman, but thank you so much for giving me that input, for giving me that strong advice that I needed, because there's a lot of women out there who is afraid to speak their mind, who's afraid to say the truth, that wants to say what's coming from their heart. And I know where that stands, because when I was younger, I was shy. I was a shy girl in school who didn't want to say anything because I feel like I may not get the answer right. I may not, my answers, my words may not come out right, because I would say right in my head, but then once it come out of my mouth, it's something completely different. So that's why I had kept my mouth shut over the years of me being in school. But now I have a voice, and I'm going to use it. I have a voice, and I'm going to say what I have to say. I'm going to speak my mind, and I'm going to be that confident woman that I am today. And for y'all young women or older women, like whoever, if y'all are seeing this right now, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid to speak your mind. That is the key for today, for me, is to speak your mind. Say what you have to say, because it is very important, because you matter. You matter. You matter. Women matter. Men matter. We all matter in our very specific, generic way. So don't ever forget that. So here is our second spotlight, which is entertainment. And this person is Shonda Rhimes. Yes, Shonda Rhimes. In television, Shonda Rhimes completely changed the landscape of storytelling. Yes. She created hit series like Grey's Anatomy, love that show, Scandal, and Bridgerton. Ooh, shows known for diverse casting, complex characters, and bold storytelling. Beyond entertainment, she's also opened doors for countless writers, actors, and producers who previously didn't have opportunities in Hollywood. Hmm. So here's this question. How does storytelling influence the way society understands different experiences and perspectives? So this question refers back to last episode where I talked about representation, how that matters. And I want to dive into that for a moment because I point out, that, a lot of people, women especially, need to have more time, behind the scenes because, there's a role where women can do, not just on screen, but, but behind the scenes, they can, do props or, just anything, because it matters at the end of the day. And we need more of that. We need more women to step into the the world, we need, talk more about, women. We need to talk more about black men, how they pour, we need to talk about women's miscarriages. We need, like, there's just a lot that we need to cover because a lot of things is not being covered in today's society because there's just a lot in today's world that's just not good, and we need to get back on track. We need to get back into doing what is supposed to be right. We need to do all those things that needs to be positive. Like, we need to set examples to our younger folks. We need to set examples of how we need to step in and have them, follow our footsteps because we don't want to step back. We don't need to do all the negative stuff. Like, we don't need all the gun violence. We don't need, the rape. We don't need all of that stuff because it's going to come back and they're going to see all of that. And we don't want our younger folks to, see all that bad stuff that's going on in today's society. Like, we need to step in. All the women, all the men, like, we need to be better examples for our younger folks. Yes, absolutely. So here is our final spotlight, which is science and history. This person is Mae Jemison. Dr. Mae Jemison made history in 1992 when she became the first Black woman to travel to space aboard the space shuttle Endeavour. If I'm saying that right, wrong, I'm so sorry. But before becoming an astronaut, she was also a medical doctor, engineer, and Peace Corps physician. Her career shows how science, education, and curiosity can open doors that once seemed impossible. Today, she continues to advocate for STEM education, I'm so sorry, y'all, and innovation for future generations. So here's the question. Why is representation in fields like science and technology so important for young people growing up today? Ooh, I feel like I'm saying word representation so much because, it's important. Representation matters. Now, for this question right here, how is it so important for young people today? It's very, very important because, science and technology is not labeled. It's not labeled for a man thing to do. It's not meant for a man. Like, it could be for women too, for Dr. Mae. She's, the first Black woman, to do what she did. It's not just for men. Women could do it too. It's not like, a role for a teacher. That's not just for a male. Females can also step in. Now, see, here's the thing. We need to embrace more women to do so much, in this world because there's not so many women today that's not doing all these good things, like for science, history, math. Like, I feel as if, today or in the past, women was labeled for, certain things, like beauty or fashion, nails. Like, that's not just for women, men can do all, those things as well, like we need to stop labeling ourselves. Like, we have to embrace, like, if women want to step in and do science or engineering, they can do that. Or if men want to step into fashion or interior design, they can do that. So we have to remember that representation matters, because we want to help our young people. That's what today's society is about. We have to help our young folks step into, anything that we want to do in today's world. So we have to remember that representation matters. It very, very matters. So, Women's History isn't just something we celebrate in March. It is something that continues to shape the world every single day. Yes, yes, yes. As Damian would say, yes, yes, yes.